Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC, and then we're also going to talk about Ripple XRP. Mainly, we're going to talk about Ripple XRP because BTC, we don't have much to talk about BTC, right? Because we already, we already set all our targets, right? Next target, nothing but 11 to 11.4. It could go lower. It could go lower, but we're not worried about like BTC going below 11. So we just, you just don't want to miss the boat to 13, not 13 but to 16, right? So of course we're gonna have to get to 13 first before we go to at least like a 16.3, right? Keep that in mind. So let me know if the sound is good. So just do a small sound check very shortly. By the way, today June 30th 2019, just about midnight, right? So 12:30 a.m. So June 30th 12:30 a.m. the current price of BTC just about 12,100 on Binance, right? 12,100 dollars on Binance, right? So keep that in mind. So I'm going to take a look at the chat room, and you guys going to tell me if the sound is good. Or 6 watching, so at least one person can say yes. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Purity. Hey, good morning. I know it's morning in Switzerland, so so let me know your time zone. So most of you probably like in Eastern time, something like that. So when you take a look at BTC, some of you guys missed the the previous live stream because it was kind of short, right? So I just wanted to focus on BTC. But to get it started, right, what are we looking for, right? We're looking for a correction, right? Basically, all we're looking for is a correction. It is just going to be noise, just like this. It's not going to be noise, but it is very important, right? You don't want to, like I said previously, you don't want to lose any money within this range. You don't want to lose any money within this range. I know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't want to lose any money, because I give a big warning, like a 91, when BTC was what, 9100 in this range. June 15, right? And then the volume was just about like 600,000. I just sent that video like in the Telegram group. So if you're new to the content, make sure to join the Telegram group, right? So we're just gonna relax, have a nice live stream, not in rush, anything like that, right? Just about June 15, June 16, I told you guys we're gonna get 1.1 to 1.2 million, right? Trading volume. And that's what we exactly doing. I told you 2 weeks ago, right, guys? 2 weeks ago, and I explained to you why BTC needs to close like above 11, right? 11.3 to 11.5. That time BTC was just about like what, in this range, right? On the 15, that was the 18th in this range, right? So just about this area, BTC was like 8,800, guys, 8,800. So and then we broke out like 9150, and I told you guys last time to get BTC under 10k, guys. So keep that in mind. So we basically repeating the same pattern, guys. You can see before we just talked about the pattern again. Take a look at it, right? Same pattern, guys, same pattern. So it is going to be a bigger pattern, and then the next move to the upside going to be bigger. That's the only thing you need to know, right? This pattern is more explosive. This pattern, just about this area, this correction, once we're done with the correction, the move to the upside is going to be very, 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 very explosive. So keep that in mind, child. Keep that in mind. So it is nothing like this pattern, because you got to remember we dropped 25%. So we talked about that 25-30% drop from BTC, a while back, man, a while back. So but you got to keep that in mind. This correction we got in this range, it is nothing but just simple correction. You don't want to lose any money within this range. You don't want to lose any money within this range. That's the worst you can do. That's the worst you can do. That's the worst you can do, right? So keep that in mind. So let's go back to our current pattern, right, and review what we talked about on our previous live stream, right? So let me see. That's live. Okay, let's see. I can find that video, but usually I'll show you guys the video before we start. So what we said previously, right, within this range, right? Before, let's say, just about like July 7th to July 10th, right? We should be completing this pattern. So I'm expecting like before July 7th. Excuse me, before July 7th, right? So what are we looking for? All right, so we're gonna start it first. We say we're looking for a normal correction, right? A flat correction. So we say that's the most favorable one because we're not looking for a zigzag. A zigzag would take us down to this area, right? Like a 98, 95 in that below 10k basically. But I'm not looking for BTC to go below 10k. But it is very, I mean, it is possible, but it is not like the most probable scenario, right? It is not the most probable scenario unless like we got a big rejection and then break 10,500. Then we're gonna have to take a look at that scenario. But right now, the chart is calling for higher numbers, so we're just gonna have to stick with our strategy. So that's what we're looking for, right? So we basically got the pattern. So we got our wave to the downside. Now we're looking for this wave to the upside. I know it is very redundant, but most of you guys new to the content, so I just have to break it down for you. So we're looking for this move. So how are we gonna get this? How are we gonna get up to this move, right? So this move, you gotta remember, this one was pretty easy. Like we just called for 10.5 to 10.7. That's what we called, right? And then we got that exact. But this one gonna be very complicated. It is going to be very complicated. The reason why it is going to be very complicated, because we exactly said we're gonna get 3 wave, right? We're gonna get 3 wave to the upside, just like that, right? We're gonna get 3 wave to the upside. But this 3 wave, we already got one. We called for this one 12, 12, 4, 12, 3. We called for it, we got it, right? Remember, we called for 11, 4, 11, 5. We got it. Now we're looking for a higher number, right? And after we came back down to 12, 4, 12, 5, we called for like a 12.50. We got that number exactly. So if you take a look at it, BTC is getting a big support, just about big resistance, just about like 12.50 plus minus, right? 1%, something like that, right? So basically we've been good like the last, I can't even remember, last, previous calls. We've been pretty much good. So what are we looking for? We're looking for this drop. We're looking for this drop, right? Looking for this drop. That's what we're looking for. Somewhere around like 11 to 11.4, right? Just to be safe, right? You're looking for this drop. And this drop, if you take a look at it, right, it is going to be a 1-to-1. We're expecting a 1-to-1 extension, right? 1-to-1 extension of the initial drop of this ABC correction, right? So let me remove this. So let me know if I'm talking too fast. So we're looking for this move to the downside, which is going to be an A, B, C correction, right? It is pretty simple because we could go lower, like, because we could expect like a 1.618 extension, which is going to be the next target. But right now, just to be safe, we want to look for 1-to-1 extension, which is just about 11.2, right? So 11.2 plus minus, right? So we're looking for 11.1 to 11.4 in that range, right? Keep that in mind. But be mindful, 1.618 extension is also at 10.6, which was our initial target. But if like we get to 1.618, it is going to be a new pattern. It is going to be very bullish. But let's just stick to a 1-to-1 extension, and then we're going to try to move to the upside first. But a drop to a 10,600, 10,400 in that range to retest this area, it is going to change the whole pattern. It is going to change everything. It's going to be a new ball game, guys. It is going to be a new ball game. Okay, so keep that in mind. What's up? Good morning, Sharma. Mountain time. Okay, Sarah. All right, 6 watching. Okay, that's good. So let's move on to the bigger time frame, because we already talked about it, but I want to emphasize it so you guys can remember, right? So when you take a look at the bigger time frame on the weekly, so we said like BTC need either, right, it has to stay at 12,000, right, 12,000 to 12,200 in that range. It doesn't really have to be accurate in order to stay bullish. right? Anything below this area of a 11.4, it is going to be really bad. I talked about it like on the 16, guys, on the 16, right? You gotta think about it. Where was BTC on the 16? Just when we broke like a 9100, guys. When when we broke 9100, I said like BTC needs to like close above 11.4 to 11.7, right, in that range. That was on the 16, guys, June 16, right? We talked about that. So now it is June 30th, and then we need to focus on like BTC staying above 12,000. Okay, the way we're gonna drop to 11.4 to 11.1, it matters. Okay, it matters. We want to get 11.1 and 11.4, or between 11.1 to 11.4, but it matters. We don't want to get it right at 8 p.m. right? You don't want to get it right at 8 p.m. because I explained to you guys, right? I'm gonna go back to it again, right? If like we close anywhere, in this range, the candle gonna be like this. It really doesn't matter at this time, like, the color of the candle, right? Because because of the volatility, it can be red but it is going to be a very small body. So most people are gonna give up. Most people are gonna give up, man, once we get this body candle on the weekly time frame. You don't want to get this. Be mindful. We do not want to get this. Even though like we want to buy at 11 to 11.4, we don't want to get this. So what's the best case scenario? We already talked about the best case scenario is that to get 11 as soon as possible, right? As soon as possible. We have to get it as soon as possible and get a reversal. So that's the best case scenario. So otherwise we could be just in this range, right, till like the 1st. After July 1st, it doesn't matter, right? After July 1st, whatever happened doesn't matter. We can even drop like to 10,500. We're still gonna be okay. But dropping below 11.4 before July 1st gonna be really bad, guys. Keep that in mind. So it is very critical to keep that in mind. It is very critical. I talked about it like since like June. I gave you a big warning on June 16. So that was even like before we get any of these pattern, guys. Any of these pattern, we talked about it from this area, guys. This area, just about this area. Let's see. Right after we broke out 9100, right? This area. So keep that in mind. We talked about it just about this area. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So let's take a look at the volume. You take a look at the volume. We're looking great, guys. If you take a look at the volume, the weekly volume, we already got 600,000 trading volume this week alone, and this week alone we got 600,000 trading volume. And on June 16, right, the first 2 weeks of the month, we had like 600,000. So it is incredible. It is incredible. Okay, it is incredible. Most people are not paying attention to the volume, but I explained to you many times. Look at it right now, like since December 2017. Now take a look at the volume, guys. Now take a look at the volume. You remember what I told you about the volume? Now take a look at the volume. You see how big the volume is? Like that's a 2 years increase in volume. Right? Volume is increasing now. So I told you we're gonna be receiving big volume. So now the volume is on a linear uptrend instead of a downtrend. Most people are going to be like, oh, the volume is here, but all of a sudden, from maybe like a 60 up to 16,000 down to up to like from like 16,000 to 20k, we could be getting low volume, and it'll scare like most people, right? But from like a 20,000 to 30,000, we all of a sudden we're going to get another big volume like this, right? Like that, like this. So keep that in mind. I just have to remind you guys, we talked about it since when? Since when, guys? Since when? Tell me, right? Talked about it since like April, guys. Since March, April, guys. Take a look at it. So now that's what we're expecting. BTC, is on a permanent bull market. So keep that in mind. A permanent bull market. A permanent bull market. The volume been up like since like September 2017, guys. That's 2 years. That's 2 years, guys. That's 2 years. So but most people are going to be like, the volume is low, as not they see like this segment. So it is segments. So let's take a look at the let's take a look at the Heiken Ashi on the monthly. You can see the Heiken Ashi on the monthly, we're getting like smooth uptrend, no sign of reversal, right? No sign of reversal. And we haven't even gone like a vertical yet on the monthly, like this, right? Like that, right? This growth rate is, you know, you can tell like this growth rate is more linear than this one. This one is kind of moderate. Like even though we're extremely bullish, it's not like back from like September to December. This one, it's not the same way. So you can imagine like we can replicate this entire move just about this area, right? This slope right here, we could get this slope right, you know, from like July to December, right? From July to December, we could get this slope in this area. So keep that in mind. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. So let's move on to XRP very shortly, and then hey, what's up, little bit? You want some little bit of XRP? Let's talk about XRP. But BTC is extremely bullish, guys. Do not play with BTC. Let's move on to. I think BTC is it's not dropping. It's still at 12,080. The Heiken Ashi, you know, has a lower number. That's why. Regular candles. So daily. So we're looking great, man. We're looking great, man. BTC is looking great. So when I'm trying to tell you about like comparing like previous pattern, you can see we did compare like before the move to like a 14K. We compared that pattern like on the inverse head and shoulder. You just have to go watch my previous video, right? So we're getting another same exact pattern in this area, right? So this corrective move just could be looking just like this, right? Could be looking just like that. So no worry, guys. No worries. No worries. No worries. So let's move on to XRP. POPULOUS, right? XRP USD POPULOUS, June 30th, 2019. Current price of XRP 42 cents, guys. 42 cents. So as we mentioned previously, let's take a look at the XRP USD. Like POPULOUS doesn't show like a lot of history. It's showing like since December 2019. I thought POPULOUS has the longest history of XRP. Maybe it's Bitfinex. Maybe. Definitely it's not Binance. But let's stick to XRP USDT next. Okay. Alright, that's better. It's not much history, but that's better. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, XRP USD. We talked about like XRP is getting a flag on our previous live stream. That's a weekly time frame, right? Go back to the weekly. You can see on the weekly we're getting a big support from the 50 EMA, right? Last time, you know, when BTC got a rejection from the 50 EMA was like October 15, right? So and then just about like 4K, I was talking about like BTC going to the 50 EMA. So XRP didn't have any trouble breaking the 50 EMA. So now we're moving, you know, we're sitting on top of the 50 EMA, getting a big support. So we could come back and retest it like the first week of July, right? come back retest like a 37, 38, it's not going to be a big deal. Most people are going to be panicking. So I think it is just going to give a better opportunity to long XRP, right? So keep that in mind. So you go on the daily time frame. We mentioned about the XRP making a 5-way structure, right? Just to simplify everything, not to go into details, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? The wave number 5 could be could drop lower like to 37. That's the only reason I'm expecting this wave. And at the same time, you can see this area. You got 1, we exit 2 and 3 in this area, right? So we could go a lot higher, like as high as like 45 cents before coming back down like to 37 cents. Most people are going to be panicking and then they're going to be desperate. But that's just a flag. It's nothing, man. That's just a flag. That's just a flag. But you know, not even breaking like a 39 still going to be valid. But you know, it's just to be safe, right? You still got opportunity if like you're still waiting for XRP to drop. You still you as me, right? It's not a financial advice, but I still got some more opportunity to accumulate XRP at under 40 cents, right? But we still got a chance to buy under 50 cents. So, but our chance to buy XRP under 50 cents is about to be gone. It's kind of like a buying LITECOIN under $20. So keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So let's take a look at the monthly chart for XRP, because we're about to start a new month, right? But you guys gotta tell me which one, which exchange has a better history, right, of XRP. XRP USDT. I thought Poloniex had, has a, better. Maybe it is XRP BTC. When you take a look at XRP, the monthly chart is not definitely looking good versus BTC. It only means like BTC is extremely bullish, and XRP could be on the dollar value could be lagging just about this area, and then finish up the correction, because I don't think we're gonna close versus BTC. We're gonna close on the monthly time frame. We're gonna close above the 50 EMA. We're not the 50 the 50 EMA, right? The monthly chart. So I don't think we're gonna close above the 50 EMA. So even though like the previous month, like May, we got a big rejection, but you take a look at this month, we definitely on the downside. But we could expect like on the monthly time frame, it's no sign of reversal. To be honest, I don't see any sign of reversal. The only thing we can rely on is that XRP to stay within this range, and BTC going to be extremely bullish, and XRP going to be moving up slowly, right, like this, right, versus BTC. And all of a sudden we're going to get a next month we could just like stay within this range like till like maybe like July 17th, July 18th, in that range before we take off. But as up to now, we're not on the monthly versus BTC, we're not ready to just take off, right? We're not just ready to take off. But it doesn't mean like XRP is not bullish, right? It only means we're not just quiet ready to take off as up like to tomorrow or something like that, right? Keep that in mind. But we have to get some bullish sign the first week of July, right? To give us like some on the daily time frame, to give us like some reversal pattern, right? Some reversal pattern. So XRP being bullish on the dollar value means like BTC is extremely bullish. So you gotta keep that in mind. XRP is on the daily time frame, XRP is completely oversold versus BTC, right? It is completely oversold versus BTC. How long you think like we're gonna be in this area? Not too long, man. Not too long. Not too long. Hey, what's up, later? What's up, homie? Hey, what's up, Toms? BTC is getting close to breakout. it could, we will see, man. We're still looking for that lower number, but you know, BTC is very funny. When you want BTC to drop, it is not going to drop. When you want a BTC to go up, it'll stay sideways. So BTC is very funny, but you know, our medium term target is 16.3. So if like we don't buy at 11.4, it is okay, man. It's not end of the world, because it is only gonna be a what, less than 10% drop. You know, you can get 10%, you know, versus BTC from any alt, right? From any alt, from any. You just have to buy, you know, when you know, buy the breakout, and then later on, you know, transfer that amount to an alt, right? Transfer that amount to like a XRP or ADA, whatever, and wait for a 10% breakout, and then you know, you got your 10%. That's it. It's not a big deal, man. I don't think. I mean, it is a big deal for some people, because if you're trading with like $100,000, $200,000 volume, it is a big deal. So, but if you're trading like with a small amount, you're really not missing much. So keep that in mind. BTC is going on. BTC is breaking out. It's nothing happening. It's just nothing happening. It's just a 12,200. So it is good, man. We're staying on this, in this range till tomorrow. The next 8 to 16 hours, right? It is good. If like we stay at within this range, it is good. And as soon as the new candle, the new daily candle starts, we can just drop. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. And it'll show us like next week gonna show us some sign of strength. Like I told you, when BTC made this move just about this area, that was I think that was the week of February 18th. On February 22nd, I showed you guys on the weekly. I told you, you know, we got a big reversal, but take a look at it. BTC you know, has a very strong response to this rejection. So you take a look at it from March to like a late March. Altcoin was extremely bullish. BTC was moving sideways. So another rejection just like this gonna be good, right? Gonna be good, but I don't think BTC gonna be moving sideways for the next 4 to 5 weeks, right? So it's not gonna be, at least for the short term. The chart is not saying like we're gonna be moving sideways for like a 4 to 5 weeks, maybe like 2 weeks, right? But at the most 3 weeks, right? Keep that in mind. Chainlink going crazy, man. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. And the week of the 3rd also, when BTC went from like 61 to 76, you can see, you know, we couldn't, the very following week, right? That's the type of comparison I use. The very following week, you know, we were basically moving sideways. So if that's the case, right, if like we're gonna repeat this pattern after like we close like below 10.7, we just gonna, you know, have to start looking to the downside, right? How far are we gonna go? You know, we got this 50 EMA, you know, hopefully it's gonna be moving very fast, right? And then it's gonna intercept the price. You know, that's the best scenario, right? That's the best probable scenario. If like we close below 1100 the next 16 to 24 hours, right? So it is very important. Like, you know, these candles, they're very important, right? They're very important. They're very important. They're very important. Right, so we're not breaking out right now. We're dropping slowly. This candle is red. It is okay. It is okay to be red. You know, the next 8 hours, even like come back down in this range. Yeah, coming back down to 11. It is gonna be great, man. If we can get it right now. If we can get it right now, it'll be great. So get it right now. So guys, let me know if you guys have any question. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make it a very short live stream. So you're not gonna be I'm gonna be rewatching a long live stream. So let me see. So if you're new to the content, I'm gonna put the link to the Telegram group. Make sure to join the Telegram group so you can get these updates, because sometimes I don't go live and I might be giving out updates, right? So I'll put the link of the Telegram group underneath, I mean not underneath the description, but in the chat room, so you guys can directly join the group, right? So can I add BAT? Let's take a look at BAT. BAT. BTC. BAT, we got a, we came back down to this area of support. Let's see. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, BAT. If you want to hold for it, if you're holding for a long term, it is a great area of support, right, to be buying at. That's great, man. You can take a look at last time BAT came back down to this area. It was like almost last year, September, right? So you're coming back down to your September prices versus BTC. It is a good thing, man. It is a long-term hold, right? Coming back down to like your almost like a 10 weeks prices. I mean, not 10 weeks, 10 months, right? So, and let's see, a 75% drop is nothing else you can do, guys. Just accumulate it within this area, just like XRP. It is completely oversold. It's not going to get out of this area anytime soon, right? I don't expect it unless we get some good news. But the way it is looking and the way BTC is looking, it could take a cheap shot when BTC is dropping like to 11K. It can take a cheap shot and get out. But after BTC turns bullish, it's definitely gonna have to come back in this range and let BTC do the work, right? Keep that in mind, at least for the short term. But unless we get some good news, right, we can continue this vertical move, but it's not going to be forever. So if you looking for a short term, like 2 to 3 days, it is you can wait for like a retest, right? But if you're looking for a long term, it doesn't really matter. Anything within this range, right? It is a good deal, right? It could drop, right? It could drop. Just because we oversold doesn't mean like we're not going to be dropping, right? Keep that in mind. Just because it is oversold doesn't mean like we're not going to be dropping. And it is actually the lowest price on the R side, right? The lowest level on the R side right now. Not right now, but like yesterday, right? A couple of days ago, R side was like 13. That's extremely good, man. And 75% drop since like April 21st. Come on, it just has to go just to go back to April prices. April 1st, not April 1st, but late April. It has to go like 300% to the upside. So that's great, man. That's great. So if it is a long-term hold, it is a great time to be accumulating. So that's the biggest drop of BAT. So at least like since November 21st, right? That's the biggest drop. Biggest drop, 75% drop. So that's the biggest drop. So in crypto, you got anything above 65, you better be accumulating, especially versus BTC, and BTC is up 300%. So you got to think about it. It's normal for BAT to drop, at least, 50 to 60%, right? Because BTC is so bullish. So your dollar value might be decreasing, and then your BTC value might be decreasing. But once you see like, BAT going up like a chain link, you're going to be extremely happy, right? keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. Hey, what's up, Noel? Welcome to the house. What's up, Victor? JP. Thank you for subscribing. So, all right. So I'm just gonna call it a day, guys. You know, you guys. Hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks a lot, man. Okay, BTC has never fallen below the weekly EMA rebound in a bull run, so that's good. That's good, guys. That's good. BTC is extremely bullish, guys. If you're new to the content, you must not make sure to go to my YouTube channel and then make sure to go to my YouTube channel and watch that playlist, guys. Watch my playlist. So it started since February 22nd when BTC was 38, 35, 37 in that range. We were calling for 5200, guys. So people just been sleeping, man. People been sleeping. They're not even awake yet. They're not even awake yet. Because some of them, they're waiting for 2K BTC. So let's see. And let's see. So sorry for the white screen. So all right, guys, you don't want to talk about any other coins. I'm just gonna call it a day, and I mean a night or morning, wherever you are, right? And then we're gonna go live tomorrow, right? You know, on July 1st 2019, you know, just like we did on June 4th, you know, calling for 12K. So on July 1st we're gonna call for 20K. All right, guys. Yeah, just rewatch the live stream, especially this one and then the previous one. You know, I talked about XRP in detail, so not to make the live stream too long. And then you're gonna get all the details, guys. You're gonna get all the details that you need from XRP. All right, guys, make sure to join the Telegram group, and then the link is right there. Make sure to join the Telegram group, and then all right, I'm all in since 28 cents, guys, on XRP. Not all in, but you know, most in XRP since 28 cents. So keep that in mind. So coming back down to 36, that'll be great. You know, more to accumulate more. You know. All right, XRP. Hopefully we're gonna get that big move to the upside in July. All right, so thank you for watching. Just so your question about Ether. We already talked about Ether. Just go and watch my previous live stream, man, and you're gonna be satisfied with Ether. Okay. For Ethereum, we were looking for this on a daily. Ether, we're looking for a reversal very shortly versus BTC, but you know, BTC about to turn bullish, so it could be moving sideways versus BTC while BTC is going up. So the dollar value of Ether going to be going up. I don't know if you mean like Ether USD or let's go, because most of you guys don't care about Ether BTC. When you take a look at Ether, let's remove everything. Ether USD is extremely bullish, but Ether BTC is extremely bearish. right? So keep that in mind. So it only means BTC has to go up. It only means BTC has to go up, and Ether BTC has to stay basically flat, right? Because I'm expecting like $600 Ether. I'm not sure when, but I'm expecting $600 Ether, right? So keep that in mind. So we said Ether gonna push to the upside to $400. We're not quite at $400. We went up like to what, 371. Got a rejection from this area. It is okay, right? We got a small correction in this area. Now it is giving us a tough time. It is okay, but Ether is not going to be going as fast as BTC, because Ether is not looking like, you know, it is ready to reverse versus BTC. I just showed you. So BTC has to go a lot for Ether, you know, just to break this area. So if I say like BTC is going to 20k, you know, we got a pretty much like a valid reason to say BTC going to 20k. So, and we've been calling 20k a long time, guys. Long time. Everybody now calling for 20k. So keep that in mind. Yeah, 0.027. On the weekly, it's not looking bad. Like on the weekly time frame, Ether BTC. Let me just remove everything and then take a look at the Hakanashi. Okay. Okay, the regular candle. So 0.026 is not 0.026 is not bad, but it is not a we're not getting a reversal pattern. We got a strong move versus BTC because just because like we came back down to a support level, right? We came back down to a support level. Most people are gonna be, I mean, Ether got like a big community. They're gonna be buying at these levels, right? Because they're gonna expect like price is not gonna drop, right? So that's it. But you could be looking for another sideways correction like this, right? So it could be very boring. It's gonna take like forever for. I said it previously, right? Don't expect like most of these coins to go back to previous, all-time high versus BTC anytime soon. Especially when BTC is going like very strong. They can't go back up to all-time high versus BTC. Okay, sorry, excuse me. So they can go back up to all-time high versus BTC when BTC is extremely high, right? Like let's say 300,000, something like that. You know, they probably can go back up, right, versus BTC. But at this time, right, Ether going back up to 0.01 BTC, you know, it's not reasonable, right? Because you gotta think about it. It's gonna be like just about like if BTC is like 16k, Ether going back up to like 0.01. So you're looking for like a almost $2,000 BTC, not $2,000 BTC, but $2,000 Ether, right? $1,800 to $2,000. So it is not quite reasonable at this time, but it doesn't mean like Ether not gonna get to that area versus the dollar. Because if BTC goes like to 30,000 in that range, right? So you can expect like, you know, 30,000, 40,000. Ether can still be around like, you know, $1,800, $1,600, or even $2,000. So it just has to make sense. You just have to take a look at the bigger picture, not just the price. So not just the price. But it's going to take some time before these coins go back up versus BTC. Maybe like at the end of the bull run, they can go back up versus BTC like at all-time high. But at the beginning of the bull run, you just have to get your 10-15% and accumulate. You know, at the end of the bull run, it is time to look down, right? Look for a 75 to 85% drop. Yeah, I mean, Ether is doing well. I mean, it is going to do well. I think I say like $5,000 Ethereum, but it's not going to be this year. Okay, it's not going to be this year. Like Ether going up to $5,000, right? $800 Litecoin, maybe we can get $800. Even like, you know, $500 Litecoin. You know, $800 Ethereum, something like that. But not like $5,000, right? a 10x of Ether, 10x of not, yeah, 10x of Litecoin this year is very probable. Like Litecoin going to $200, Ethereum going to $800. It is okay, right? And then we could like come back down to 500, 400 in that range. Okay, yeah, I know like the Ethereum staking next year, so, but I said it when Ethereum was like 120. It's not time to be getting rid of your Ethereum. So Ethereum is $300. I said about it. I'm saying it about XRP. So make sure not to sell your XRP, guys, and dollar cost average as much you can, because XRP can go crazy. XRP can. I know most people don't like to hear that, but XRP can go crazy, right? All right. XRP can go crazy. So make sure to join the Telegram group, and the link is below. And then maybe you got some news for Ethereum you're gonna share it with us. All right. But keep an eye on BTC, extremely bullish. Next target 16,000, but we want to buy at we at 12,100 right now, but we want to buy at a 16, I mean not 16 but 11. Next target 16.3, but we want to we're looking for a drop somewhere around like next couple of days probably, right? Hopefully 16.3. So keep that in mind. All right, take no junk. Make sure to join the Telegram group, okay? All right, thank you for watching, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, July 1st 2019. BTC looking great. All right, thanks a lot.